Hi everyone. A subscriber of mine told me about this case which recently surfaced of an Ohio man who killed his stepbrother by forcing him to exercise and do ice baths. We'll see what happened.
Anthony McCants is charged with murder and 8 counts of endangering children for the death of his younger stepbrother, Jadaiko Taylor. McCants is a 23-year-old man who is accused of forcing Jadaiko, who was just 12 years old, to take ice baths and then do push-ups. The treatment, according to...
Ice baths and push-ups. What's interesting is that when humans see this, their first thought is not, oh, are ice baths and exercise push-ups actually maybe not good for me? Could that be? At least some kind of thoughts, even if it's only for a second. But no, even if they would have those kind of thoughts, they would repress them because of previous conditioning, seeing as it cannot be bad for you. How could ice cold water, which all animals on Earth try to avoid, be bad for me? No, of course not. Especially us humans who don't have any fur to protect ourselves from it. And exercise, which you can see that we hate through our face expressions, no.
Prosecutors in Ohio killed Jadaiko.
Is this kid breathing? Says he was breathing, but half of his body is limp and he is vomiting.
He is vomiting and the body is limp. From the stress, maybe more so from the ice baths, I don't know. I'm just assuming, but the exercise also doesn't help. And again, there's no thoughts such as, could this be generally bad for humans? Because if something is bad for a child, it's generally bad for you. It's just that when you have more mass, you're older, you're an adult, then you can handle the stress more. But I actually reviewed a video of a guy who almost died during an ice bath because he was doing a kind of competition, a challenge as they call it. There's just no thoughts like this. People just don't get it. If something is bad for you at a younger age, it's just bad for you as a biological being. It's not as if it's bad for you as a 12-year-old, but good for you 6 years later. No, there's no such thing. If it's bad, it's bad.
It was March 22nd of this year when police in Akron, Ohio raced to the house after receiving a 911 call. Jadaiko was not breathing, and several officers went into the house.
2137 South Balch can slow down.
The officers went inside and found Jadaiko Taylor unconscious.
And the guy is just walking around as if nothing happened. We don't know what exactly is going on, but that's what it seems like. He doesn't feel any guilt, nothing. And here's the thing, who is actually the killer here? Yes, technically him. I agree with you, but really, if we would actually want to blame somebody for it, it would be all of the influencers who say that working out, doing push-ups, and doing ice baths is good for you. Because that's how he got the idea. Because you don't naturally get the idea, oh, I'm gonna put my stepbrother in ice cold water and make him do push-ups. There's no such natural, original thoughts that come from your mind. You can only be conditioned, meaning that the thoughts, the ideas, come from the outside. You get them through your senses. You listen and you watch, you get conditioned, and then you do that to your stepbrother. You don't do that naturally. Meaning that really the killers are the influencers online. And everybody else who's staying silent, who doesn't talk about it. I'm one of the only people online, in general, who even talks about ice baths and exercise being bad for you. Actually, who else talks about it? As far as I know, it's only me. Correct me if I'm wrong. Wow. I am Jesus. No, I really am. Come on.
Renting the kids, Children's Hospital, and if he has any medical conditions or takes any medications for any reason. Okay. No trauma related to this, right? He didn't fall in his head a day or two ago, playing basketball, fall down, anything like that that caused a head injury?
None of that.
Okay. You were with him the whole time in the ice bath? His mouth has a little bit of blood or his nose. Do you know what that might have been from?
That's from about bottom up there.
Ball fever or something? Okay. Okay.
So I went in the hot water, his eyes come on.
How long was he in that ice bath for? 20 minutes?
Yeah, 20 minutes.
20 minutes of ice baths. Oh, and the guy even says that's way too long, I think.
20 minutes over a spurt of time. 20 minutes now.
Oh, 20 minutes altogether, he means, or what? Not all at once? I'm not sure what he's saying. Doesn't really matter. Even 20 seconds is too long. 20 minutes. Yeah. Yeah, it's the ice baths that killed him in the end. That was the main reason. And yeah, people actually somehow get brainwashed to believe that it's good to freeze. Good to freeze. We have always known that the cold, the red nose, the stuffy nose, it all comes from the cold. That's why it's called the cold. The cold is bad for you. Every animal knows that the cold is bad for you. It's just modern humans who were conditioned to believe that it's somehow good.
And this is how you know, this is how you always act. Like, anytime we've done ice bath, we've been on ice bath for like a week. So this isn't the first time. But this time I was like, yeah, he's taking us a little too far. Let me just get professional help, because I can do chest compressions and threw it up.
Do you have mom's info?
Yeah, I'm about to contact him now. All right, hold on, let me pull it up. So that goes going to the hospital, mama. He threw up in there, he was just not responsive, so I just called him.
What do you mean he was more responsive?
He's like, he has a pulse. Hold on.
Where's she at?
I don't know.
She's at a job.
Also, the way he talks, as if he doesn't really care at all. And that's really how you would treat a human being who you don't really care about. Who knows how the relationship between them was? No need to speculate, seeing as we don't know, but it's not as if he's breaking down on his knees saying, "Oh my God, what did I do? It's my brother or stepbrother, whatever." No, it's just, yeah, and he's just not responsive, and yeah, we were doing ice baths and just whatever, yeah.
You're gonna need to head to Children's.
Jadeko's mother is on the phone with Anthony McCants, and she is clearly shocked. You can hear her talking to McCants on the officer's body-worn camera.
With her? Okay, yeah, I'll say it. You guys are on your way to the hospital?
Yes.
Yes, is he okay?
Yes. He's not fully moving, but he's very much breathing and throwing up. I took him to the side.
Throwing up, just a body's response to extreme stress. That's it, really. They did a lot of push-ups, I guess. He forced him to do a lot, and then ice baths on top of that. It's way too much for the body to handle, and then you throw up. You're in the weakest state possible.
Just kept throwing up, and I laid him back on the side, do it again.
Then McCants talks about what happened to Jadeko. He said the boy hit his head.
Oh, yeah, like right before I got here, that's when he hit his head. And so I was like, okay, I've been here before. I know what the concussion's like, it seems like. So his eyes were dilated. I was looking at his eyes. So I picked his feet up, got blood to his head, tapped him up, and he, I'm like, okay, so I got you. And then I could see he wanted to like throw up. So I laid him on the side, he threw up, laid him back from the side. Then...
So wait, what happened? He passed out in the ice tub or what? Or just collapsed from the exhaustion and then hit his head? Who knows?
Right? Threw up, laid him on, like lay down on the side, threw up, laid him back from the side, threw up. And I'm like, come on, bro, let's get you upstairs so we can clean you up. Man, I can't have you laying.
So when he hit his head, though, did he just pop right back up?
Bro, it's just laid there, look at him, eyes dilated. Definitely got it. That was hard. Like, it was...
Okay. What did he hit his head on?
Oh, just the floor. Mount this at the bathroom floor.
Okay. Is the bathroom floor tile or something?
Yeah.
Like this kind of
Yeah,
tile?
the exact tile.
Anthony McCants describes Jadeko becoming seriously ill and vomiting. And then he describes for the officer how Jadeko would get into an ice bath and then get out and do 50 push-ups. 50 after being in an ice bath.
Every single time we do an ice bath. But last night, we get in the ice bath for a minute, jump out, we do 50 push-ups. Jump back in, jump back out, another push-up. Jump back out, jump back in, another push-up. So this one was out of norm, and he participated in the push-ups.
Okay.
So we all was doing it. Like, it wasn't like, oh, okay, we all was doing it. So this time, when we did it, I was just like, okay, all right, Jacob, you calm down back.
Hard to believe his story. No 12-year-old boy, really. I can't imagine would want to do any of that. Push-ups, ice baths anyway. But even the push-ups, what 12-year-old wants to do push-ups? I've never seen that in my life. Yeah, later when you're like 18, 20, you get really brainwashed. But at 12 years old, you're not that brainwashed that you want to do it. Yeah, he's really trying to take the blame from himself here.
Then I was like, all right, bro, you're taking it too far. So that's when I took him upstairs.
Okay.
Yeah, the 12-year-old, you're taking it too far. Not really a believable story. But what else can he say? He knows that he's guilty.
Right. That's legit. What happened? And then he would act like, oh, I don't remember. So I'm like, Jennifer, you know exactly what you did. Like,
So where's the bathroom at? Upstairs then?
no, the bathroom's right here. We were downstairs in the basement.
Okay. So he made it up the stairs?
No, I picked him up and carried him up the stairs because he would just lay there stiff. Like, when he tried to get him out the tub, he just was stiffing up. I'm like, come on, bro. Like, this, come on. Like, get up. So when I stood him up, when I got him out, laid him there, covered him covers, and he like, damn me, and it would just make himself fall. I'm like, come on, bro. Like, I recorded it, so I'm like, dude, if you ever try to blame me for how you're acting, they're gonna look and be like, okay, well, you're voluntarily doing it. And then he would admit, okay, yeah, I'll be tweaking out because I just want attention. That's my brother, really. I'm that. But this is how he'll act. He'll fall, then when I asked about it, he was like, oh, I forgot. Last time we got out that same ice bath, he stands up, he's just standing there, and there's peas on himself. So I'm like, is he peeing himself? He's like, yeah. So why would you do that, man?
Does he always have that type of behavior?
He peed himself? Did I understand it correctly? Again, a weak body, involuntary, natural biological reactions to the stress. This guy is super weird.
This right here is brand new. This is what I call it. Because I was like, normally, he would have his little episode. Like, he's very dramatic. And I'm not saying it like it's just like, oh, he don't.
Like just from the cold?
Yeah, just from the cold.
He's very dramatic from the cold. Yeah, again, proving that he didn't want to do it himself, obviously. He's proving with his own words that he forced him to do it. You can't be dramatic by doing something that you want to do. Then you don't do it. If somebody's forcing you to do it, yeah, then you're going to be dramatic.
We got him upstairs, and I tried to get him down to the ground. He was already kind of limp, so he fell. So I picked his feet up, just like...
Too much talking, man. I don't know how people don't learn it today. You don't talk to the police. There's nothing good that can come out of it. They will just use it against you anyway.
Oh, just the ground? Yeah, just the ground. So when I came here, he was on my shoulders. I went down, sat him down, and he just lifted his head back. And I'm like...
He had him on his shoulders, put him down, and then he whipped his head back, or he just had no energy and did it like this. I don't know. Who knows? Nobody knows except for them two. They were the only ones there. We're just listening to his story. But it sounds like he was, like I said before, just really exhausted, not really there from the shock, from the stress. And that's why he hit his head, as far as I understand.
Come on, bro, like, you gonna kill yourself for real this time. How long ago did you take the ice bath? 10, like, when I called y'all, you just got out.
But police learn that wasn't the bathroom that contained the tub Jadeko was doing ice baths in. They made their own ice bath and kept it in the basement.
Oh,
I got you. It's one of those couple.
Yeah, we made it. Well, so we have the stuff over there to make it. I just have to wait for my dad to give me the drill and the surplus sauce so we can make our own ice baths. That's state form of punishment. I can't. They beat y'all.
Like I said, this all comes from the influencers online. And it's not as if they put out a warning saying, don't do this at home. No, they even tell people where to buy this for their home. And they don't also say, don't do this as a child or anything like that. Don't risk the health of your children. Just whatever. It's healthy. It's good for you. Obviously, if you promote it and even sell it as good for you, then you won't say, but don't let your children do it. Then it would be contradictory, because if it's good for you, it's good for all ages.
Once he threw up, he was just stiff, like he just didn't want to move. So when I picked him up, he just went limp. So I'm like, all right, but I bet you he's going to go limp all of a sudden. So he goes upstairs, I carry him on just, I carry him upstairs, carry him to the bathroom. When I went to lay him down, I said, come on, bro, you already.
Okay, so he was already in shock, extremely stressed, downstairs in the basement where the ice bath is, the tub, and then when he was already basically dying, or in shock at least, he brought him up and then he hit the head. So the head injury, who knows if that was really what made the whole incident fatal, or if it was already like that. It sounds like he was already unconscious downstairs. Limp. Not moving, nothing. Yeah.
Kill yourself, dude. Stop. Like, you're taking this too far now. Like, I don't know if you don't care about your life, but...
I don't believe this guy whatsoever. The way he talks, tell me what you think in the comments. I think that this stepbrother pushed him to do it. It really sounds like it. This guy should have really stayed silent.
Stop. So that was me saying, I was like, okay, this time you're acting.
He should have just let them come in and said, I plead the Fifth Amendment or whatever you call it. They come in, maybe act like you're shocked and just stay silent. And then they bring you to the station or whatever. Way, way better. And then you talk to a lawyer. He could have saved himself a lot of years, because he's probably going to get a long prison sentence.
Throwing it up, he's just sitting there with it outside. I'm like, you're going to drown yourself in your own throw up. Stop. And he just, I'm like,
oh my God, as if a 12-year-old or whoever, at whatever age, would do that on purpose.
oh God, bro. I'm like, come on, dude. Like, you're taking this too far now. So I said, you want the attention? So I called you.
You want the attention. No connection to reality, this guy, if this is actually serious. Doesn't even understand when his stepbrother is dying in front of him.
Like I said, it's fake. When I checked the sports, I was like, it's fake. I'm not going to disagree. But that is mainly fake from that concussion, not because of nice guy. He was definitely concussed.
So he went from faking it to basically hitting his head, and then like,
now it's real. Now like, I'm not even like, and I'm like he's like, where's my phone? I gotta find my phone. I'll show you. I'm recording it. I ain't like that.
The video comes up again. Anthony pulls it up for the officers on his phone, and it only raises more questions.
So what's the point of you guys doing that?
So this one, Jamaica is sticky fingers, like, badly, like, to the point they wanted to send him to dance street. And I was like, I don't trust nobody up there. My little brother, so he can come to my boot camp. But I done been to boot camp. I done been through buds. I can put you to smell. I don't gotta beat you up. You beat your own self up. So that was what we agreed upon. I couldn't like physically beat him up, but we could do push-ups, we could do ice baths, just strenuous training, like just stress. That was pretty.
Just stress. He even says it himself.
Pretty much it.
Okay. Well,
This time-
you guys all live here?
Yeah, all of us live together.
You're all brothers?
Yeah, brother my marriage, but everything was going well.
The officers decide to take Anthony McCants to the police department to get his statement.
how much grab your stuff? have it in a little bag.
Doing ice baths while it's snowing outside. My thought would be to take a warm, hot bath when it's snowing outside.
Do I have to sit back here like this the whole time?
So what?
Do I have to wear cuffs the whole time?
Unfortunately.
Am I allowed to know why?
He doesn't even understand what's going on. He thinks that he did nothing wrong.
Huh?
Am I allowed to know why?
Yeah, I guess now you're being detained. So I didn't know what happened until you said that he did.
Down at the station, Anthony is placed in a holding room temporarily.
When I take this one off, just put it on top of your hand on top of your head.
Even after learning that his stepbrother died at the hospital, he appears to only be concerned about himself.
The statement. What's next after that?
That I don't know, because that's on them, whatever the circumstances are, which I'm not sure what happened at the hospital. I mean, we know the outcome, but I don't know, what actually happened, like issue-wise or what caused it. So I don't want to say like, hey, they're gonna do this or they're gonna do this.
No, I was just
It's kind of just one of those things. We're gonna go one step at a time and see.
Absolutely.
All right.
What's his name?
Bush.
At the hospital, detectives had spoken with Jadeko's mother.
Do you know why? Like, have they just been taking ice baths just because they want to, or?
They have been on a like a workout regimen, ice bath routine.
Okay.
So they've been going to the gym, working out, taking ice bath, going to the gym, working out, taking ice bath.
Okay.
That's what they've been doing.
Jadeko died at the hospital. Anthony McCants was charged with child endangering and corporal punishment, and he was later indicted on 1 count of murder and 8 felony and misdemeanor counts of child endangering. He is now free on bail. He posted 10% of a $50,000 bond, and he has a
10%, and then you can go out on bail. Very weird system in the US. I don't think that most countries have this. Does any country in Europe have this kind of a system? I don't know. I've never heard of that. That you can pay the government money to go free. Temporarily anyway, until the court hearing, most likely. Still strange. It's like them saying if you're rich, you have money, you can be free, at least temporarily. Not sit inside of a cell until the court hearing, which sometimes can be months or years away.
curfew. He has pleaded not guilty to the charges, and his father is trying to raise money for his legal fees. I want to bring in James Bogan. He is a criminal defense attorney based in Cincinnati, Ohio. So James, this case to me is absolutely stunning. We have Anthony McCants on body camera footage talking to the cops, telling them about giving his little brother, Jadeko, ice baths, long ice baths, the 12-year-old kid, and outlining all of this.
Again, this is what I meant before. Her concern is that a 12-year-old kid was taking the ice baths, which is, of course, a legit concern, but that it's generally bad for humans, that doesn't even come up.
Charged with murder. He's charged with child endangering, 8 counts, both felony and misdemeanor counts, and yet he's free on bail. How does this happen?
That's highly unusual. I've handled a lot of murder cases. I've handled a lot of high-end felonies, and for a case like this, that is highly unusual in my experience.
Yeah, it seems very unusual. I mean, you could argue that he's not a danger to society in general, but this is a very disturbing case. And yes, bail is to ensure that you show up at your future court appearances. That's the purpose of bail. But this is a murder case. He's charged with essentially torturing a child. I mean, that's basically what...
And again, so strange, because yes, it is torture, because it's torture in general. It's not as if ice baths are torture for when you're younger and then later they are fun. Everybody hates them anyway. And this doesn't even come up. I never saw one comment. I was reading the comments on this video about it. No, the same people who watch this will go and do ice baths and exercise at the gym, never thinking about it twice. This is really messed up, because ice baths are absolute torture. Whether you're 12, 20, 60, 100 years old, it's torture for the body biologically.
The allegation is, if you watch the body camera footage, this poor child was disciplined by having ice baths.
Exactly, discipline, going against your senses. Yeah, exactly.
And doing 50 push-ups in between ice baths. And it sounds like from the body camera footage, he's showing the cops a video of Jadeko. I'm just at a loss here.
Yeah, I'm completely at a loss with this, how anyone could think that that's reasonable. When, first of all, it doesn't even look like reasonable discipline if you have a troublemaker. And second of all, if you're looking at ice baths from the scope of what they're supposed to be for therapeutic purposes, where you're doing hard training, someone who's 12 years old, if you're even going to think of ice baths when they're doing hard training, it's done after all the hard training's over and should be no more than, say, 30 seconds to 2 minutes.
Yeah, but that's still stressful. Why would you do it at all? It's still torture. These people are horrible. Nobody learns anything from this.
After, because kids, their bodies are wired differently. It's harder for them to their bodies to regulate the body temperature.
They are not wired differently. They are just smaller. That's it, which is why they suffer more. They are wired literally the same way.
So it's very easy for them to get too cold or too hot. In this case, his body temperature dropped to 74 degrees. You had 2 ice baths for 45 minutes and a third one for 30 minutes. And that is just...
Yeah, okay. Wow. Yeah, okay. What do you expect?
Way outside the bounds of anything that's acceptable if you're going to use ice baths.
The biggest problem is that nobody learned anything from it. His death should have been a learning lesson to everybody, but even the people who watched the video didn't learn anything from it. The woman and the guy at the end, they were saying that ice baths are therapeutic. I cut out most of that because they were just blabbering a lot of nonsense. They were also saying that exercise is fine, essentially. It's just that you shouldn't overdo it, and somebody as young as 12 years old shouldn't be doing it, or if then for a very short period. But this is not what you should be learning from this. This was perfect proof, and I've proven that a million times already anyway, that ice baths and exercise are forms of torture. That's why you need to be disciplined to do them, as in live counterintuitively, go against your own senses. Otherwise you cannot do it, because once you listen to your intuition, you stop exercising and doing ice baths automatically because you hate doing that. The only thing that people learn from it is that you shouldn't do it if you're too young, or you shouldn't do it for too long, but that you shouldn't be doing it at all because it's so extremely stressful, especially the ice baths. No, just nothing. That's horrible. How many more people need to get sick and suffer because of this? Death should be the end point that you arrive at, that you see, and where you say, okay, now this has to stop. If a young human being's body reacts to it this way, and it can be deadly, then that must mean that it's torture for everybody. And of course, you can see that when you look at the face expressions of people exercising and doing ice baths. They all hate it because it's torture by definition for your body, biologically. But no, people will just keep doing that. They watch this video and then they go to the gym and do ice baths afterwards. They all hate doing it. Maybe it will teach some older brother or father not to do it with their younger children. Okay, probably. Yeah, that's good. But the overall problem still stays, and that is that we have been conditioned to go against our own intuition and instead read studies which have nothing to do with science and listen to that instead of our own instinct. Thanks for watching.